All right, looks like we're just about ready to get started here. We're going to have our finals here between Sean Lewis and Sean Pickering. Sean Lewis is on the winner's side. This is true double elimination. Simon will have to beat Sean twice if he wants first place. Because we have different races on the A side and B side, the first set is going to be a race to 9, and if it goes to a second set, it will be a race to 7. Looks like Sean won the leg.
Boy, oh boy.
And I am joined in the commentator's booth here with commentator extraordinaire Jeff Leonard.
I'm back. I really wanted to make sure I commentated for Sean's match.
All right, here we go. Sean with the break. You hit those good.
Yes, sir. All right. Fight's over in the chat room. Mute each other, or not mute, but ignore each other so we can focus on the important part.
Yeah, don't make me turn off the chat room. Please.
Let's be nice and just cease and move forward.
So Sean's hooked on this 2-ball.
Right. Here. Let's see.
I don't think he's going to try to kick at this. I think he's going to have to push out somewhere.
That's the 2 there by the 4.
Yeah, in the middle of the table there.
I think where would I push to here?
Well, he's trying to make the 3 a little tougher, I think.
Yeah, I think you might have wanted it to be closer to the rail. Really, I'm sure. You got the cue ball on the rail, I think, like you wanted, but all Simon really has to do here is concentrate on pocketing the cue ball, and I think he gets automatic position for the 3 down here in the corner.
Right. He's got this long tough cut here. Cue ball on the rail. Not an easy shot to get started with.
No, absolutely not. I'm wondering what he's thinking right now. Maybe he's trying to decide if he wants to stroke the ball well enough to be playing for the 3 in the side. I really don't know. If the harder he strokes the shot, the truer that that's going to hold the tangent line. He could possibly, the cue ball's heading toward that corner pocket. The right corner pocket anyway. I don't think the scratch is there, but who knows?
I just don't think he likes the shot. He might be considering playing safe or...
Sure. I don't like the shot, and I'm sitting over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is tough. You come off the chair, having to look at this, your very first shot. Let's not forget, he can give it back, right? So
right.
I'm curious what Sean would do here.
Yeah.
I like crossing the 2 ball, 1 rail down towards the 9, and if you could miss that 4 ball, sending the cue ball up there, sort of like just as,
he just passed it back.
Did he? Yeah. I don't think he can actually do that and avoid that 4 ball.
Yeah,
but
that 4 looks pretty big there.
Yeah. It's kind of like he's shooting across. maybe he thinks he'll get action straight. Yeah, he shot.
Oh,
he
he
could
did?
do it.
Oh, that was a nice shot.
Yeah, that's the shot I like. But like
Oh,
we were
he's gonna-
thinking,
he's
I didn't
gonna
know.
go from a window.
Yeah, that's unlucky. But
That's,
I didn't.
that's
I was like,
unfortunate.
I didn't think he could actually miss the floor that clean. I mean, I thought it would be tighter than that.
At the very least, brush off it at least.
Yeah, right.
Now, if we let him see all of this 2 ball, I mean, he can fire just 2 in the corner and send the 9 towards the other corner and stay there for the 3. He's got lots of possibilities there.
Yeah. Could also get buried behind that 6 if he's not careful, depending on the type of stroke he has. Puts on it. Yeah. Ooh. Boy, he went straight through their field. It's going to get a roll, looks like. Well, Sean can play at this shot, actually.
Yeah, it's not that much of a roll. I mean, Sean has a shot if he wants it. He can play safe.
I think he's going to play the shot, and I think the safe's built in because the cue ball,
Right.
he's sending the cue ball actually close to the area that he's in now.
Yeah, so somebody has to just come 2 rails out of there for the 3 in the side. Just, if you miss the 2, hopefully you'll miss it on the pro side. Miss it thin.
Right. Hit it fast.
Hit it fat, yeah.
Yeah. You were right, though, Kevin. I mean, I like, if he plays the pro side, I can't tell. I mean, it looks like he might have got a little bit of a roll there, but he would be looking a lot better had he hit that shot a little thinner. Cue ball came around really tight into that ball.
Yeah, that's because he hit it fat, I think. He may be trying to just play him safe behind the 7 here. Bank the 2 out of there.
Yeah, that's a good shot. I wonder if Sean will try and jump this. I don't know, they're so close.
Pretty close.
I haven't completely embraced the jump technology these days, so I don't know. I mean, I've seen it, some of the capabilities, but I don't know how realistic they are, like in a situation like this. I know you can jump this, but is it the right shot?
Right. Well, let's look at the alternatives. What are the alternatives to jumping this?
Yeah, it's Jeff Leonard's and Kevin Ross. It was Sean in the last match. I stepped back in. Hello, everybody. What'd you say, Kevin? Sorry.
I said, well, if we don't know if the jump is the right shot, well, let's look at the alternatives. What are the alternatives to jumping?
Well,
let's see, one rail kick up table, to the end rail, up table, to the side rails, and okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you ask a good question there. I think that the jump shot there was the better shot, even though the result isn't favorable for Sean.
Right.
But I like the jump shot because both kicks, long rail or short rail, 1 rail kicks, neither one of them look like they would create much separation at most, right? So
not a whole lot of good could come of it, really.
Yeah. A lot of good things could have happened off that jump. That's just unfortunate.
Yeah, he even drew the cue ball into the 3, so he had a chance to make the 3, if not the 2. So I think he's going to use the 5 ball to stop his cue ball. That's what he tried.
Yeah.
And ended up getting behind the 5.
I'm surprised that I'm surprised. So that's the 5 ball. Yeah. Well, he's still got to look at the 3.
Yeah, but it didn't have to be that difficult, though.
No, I was about to say, I don't really know why he chose to use the 5. He didn't have to do that.
He could have just soft spun it with some right English.
Right. He had the whole pocket. I mean, the ball's hanging. He had like 5 different options to play the shot. And he chose that one. It just didn't, I mean, hey, he's a champion. I'm not doubting him. I just wonder why.
In hindsight's 2020.
Sure.
If he would have hit the 5 perfectly full in the face, we wouldn't be having this conversation at all.
Right.
We wouldn't be saying, why did he play it like that? We'd be saying, oh, that's a good idea to use that 5 to stop you.
Right. And meanwhile, he's still running out.
So 5 to the 7 is not the issue here. It's 7 to the 8. So you want to get the correct angle on the 7 to come to this right rail for the 8 into the bottom left corner.
Right.
So
he did that, but he overstruck the.
He has the right.
Well, this is the 6 down here.
Man, I've done that probably 100 times. I've confused the 6 with the 8. Damn.
Right. Yeah, it looks. Well, I was with you there. It looks really dark right there in that spot. That makes sense.
I just need to get a better monitor. Oh, wow.
He really moved on that shot. I don't think that he was committed to the 2 rail and out. I think honestly believe that he was caught between wanting to just go 1 rail straight up table or come 2 rails and out towards the 7. He never made up his mind, and then that's the result. We've all done that. I've done that so many times.
Is this still the first game?
Yes. Oh wait. There was a break and a rollout. This was the game where there was the rollout and all that in the beginning.
I was wondering if I forgot to mark the score on the game. I was wondering if this is still the first game.
Maybe the chat can help us out. Are you guys in chat know if this is still the first game?
I'm looking at the pennies on the table. That was the first game.
Okay. All right. Well,
it was just a long first game.
Yeah, that rollout. The tables broke pretty stingily there. I'm curious about Sean's rollout. What he really wanted to do with that 3 ball, and the whole scenario. But he got out nice there. But yeah, back to the assignment on that 6 ball. I don't think he was 100% committed to one or the other. So yeah,
his previous match with Eddie, he was just on fire. But Simon's previous match with Sean, he was missing those balls we weren't expecting to miss, and now he's playing Sean again, and he's missing the balls we weren't expecting him to miss. Maybe Sean just has his number.
Yeah, maybe Sean's pulling the Jedi.
This is not the shot you're looking for.
Sean.
So he's broken him up pretty nice. He hit him pretty hard, but he didn't really control the cue ball that well.
Well, no, and I talked to him after his last match, and he said that he's been going back and forth, experimenting with the cut break. It'll be successful, right here, and then he'll go away from it. But I don't know if he can see an edge. I don't think he can see the edge of the 2, but if he can, I think that he's thinking about trying to just thin the deuce and send the cue ball 1-2 rails up there behind the 3. It could be almost automatic to do it that way, but from where I'm looking, it doesn't look like he can see the 2 at all.
Maybe just the smallest sliver of slivers, and when you're that far away from the ball, buried in the jaws of the pocket, is that really the target you want to be aiming at?
Right, yeah, with bridging on the rubber, and
especially when you have the option of rolling out.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the problem with rolling out here is that it's really hard not to leave.
Of course,
a really good safety back at himself.
Yeah, for a player of Simon's caliber, of course.
Yeah, Sean knows. He basically accepted the fact that he's going to come back to the table not liking it.
Yeah, he's over there. He's warming up his jump cue right now.
Yeah. So I like crossing this deuce straight back up towards the 3 ball if you can see it, and then just play speed. I bring in the cue ball 1 side rail down to the first diamond there on the bottom rail.
There's no scratch here on the shot?
No, you just gotta. Oh, he's playing the ball. Holy smokes! Now, if that's it can be a scratch if you hit it with just a high ball and force forward, but
just a normal roll shot. That's not a problem.
Well, on that particular shot, the way I like to hit it is just like a center ball with a tip of left, and so when so the left English creates that squirt, and the cue ball just kind of stuns off at the side of the ball, and then that English kills it coming off, kills the cue ball as it floats down and freezes on the end rail. That was a good little shot.
That's a nice shot. That's you didn't leave an easy one rail kick at this. He's going to have to use multiple rails.
Yeah, that's at the 7. Looks like the 7's in his way. I mean, he could jump to 7 and stick one rail kick. But I don't know how, if that's something he wants to do. Unless he can swerve in there. I don't know. Maybe he can just barely see past. He might be able to see. He's looking to see if he can see, I think, between the 5 and the 6. Or is that the 4 and the 6?
The 4 is... yeah, that's the 4 next to the 9 ball.
Yeah.
And that's the 5 next to the 7.
So I think he's looking to see if he can get to that bottom rail between the 5 and the 6. He might be crossing at this.
That's what it looks like.
He is crossing it. Wow. Nicely
Yeah,
struck.
that's a nice shot. Didn't know he could see that ball.
No.
Nice shot. And he's hooked Sean.
Right. Sean should come out of this okay. Just, 2 rail kick. He can. I like playing it to go rail, then ball, sending the cue ball up toward the 3.
Right.
Then, I mean, if you do happen to make the deuce, you got action. If you miss it, you got a fortress in the middle of the table. I mean, and that's what he's looking at. You just want to make sure that I mean, I guess this is one of those situations where you have to do it's a preference, because you can stick too and send the 2 up there and you still have the same fortress. The problem with the stick shot is if you spin your ball and hit it skinny, you're scratching over there in the right corner pocket.
Right.
And he's digging in. It looks like he's doing this. He's trying to do the stick. Oh no, he hit it my way, but I think he hit it a little fatter than he wanted to. However, the speed that he hit that would say that maybe not. He hit it pretty good speed there. Now this one here, Kevin, this one has the scratch. The scratch is a lot bigger on this one. He's probably playing to shoot at the ball because it's free. If he misses it, probably.
Yeah, with all these balls from blockers, and he missed it exactly the same way last time.
Yeah.
He's going to get behind the 3.
Ooh. No, he gave him a look. Wow, Sean can play this one.
He can make this shot.
Yeah. And this is free.
Again.
Right? All Sean really, Sean has to just. These are the ones where you have to pay attention, particularly to, you got to avoid that scratch up in the corner or the side. The side in the corner is so big here, coming off of this ball like that, and he hit it good. But that's, he made sure. Trust me, that wasn't an accident. Right. He made sure that he was really making sure that his cue ball avoided scratching in the side pocket more than he was focusing on pocketing that 2 ball. We actually left Simon in a pretty tough spot because he can't really come that way. Well, I guess maybe he can. If he can really dig in, I think if Simon can dig in and hit the side rail below the right side pocket, he's going to be able to get good action sticking on he'll go 2 rails under the deuce and stick.
Looks to me like he'd have to swerve the ball to do that. Oh, and I think he did. Yeah, look at all that English he did.
Is he going to get lucky here?
No, it's going to end up short.
Yeah, in hindsight, I don't know. If I could have knew that I could go to the bottom rail before contacting that shot, I would have been more inclined to shoot it. But of course, he didn't have many options. He was in a tough spot regardless.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So do you like going rail first and going to the right side, playing the 3 in the same pocket?
Yeah, I was wondering that myself because I hate trying to draw this from this distance. So if he has to rail first, then yeah, I like that shot.
Yeah. So where's the problem? The problem is the 4 ball.
Yeah, he's got to get position near that side pocket. Or maybe down table for shooting the 4 in the side pocket.
So he's spinning out 2 rails. Got to avoid that 7 ball. Uh-oh, look out. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I have a feeling you're going to see Sean play safe here. I don't know. Well, maybe not. He was looking at the line of the pocket. It's just position here is so tough.
Because the cue ball's going to glance off of the 8 and go towards that side rail, it looks like to me. So if he had a better angle where the 8 ball would stop the cue ball so he could shoot the 5 up in the corner, then I would like it. But it looks like the cue ball's just going to glance off the 8 and go towards that side rail.
Right. And I think he's actually trying to even avoid touching the 8 altogether. The biggest problem is that he's tree-topped off the rail. If he had more, relief from the rail, I like the shot a lot better. But yeah, see, there's so much to do on that shot. The safety was a hanger. You just shoot it and stick, and you're probably coming back to the table, likely with ball in hand, with where he could have stuck him. But he's there and we're here. Of course, the mentality. I know Sean wants to. If Sean makes that ball, you got 5 balls left, everything else is opened up. If he makes that ball and gets a look at the 5, he's going to get out, right? So,
right.
So I understand his mindset. But.
It sounds like he missed it. He did.
He jawed it. Boy, he hit it so hard, and that's.
Come on, look how far he drew it back.
That's been, but that's like over and over. I've seen it all weekend on these tables. Guys are, hitting the these pockets are spitting balls back out at them,
Yeah, they're tough. And just another safety here, trying to get behind these balls. It looks like he got there. Well, it looks like he may have left Simon a rail first shot here.
Yeah, he did. You're thinking, he's got the jump shot out, the jump cue, right? I've seen Simon hit some really nice jump shots in the last couple of like that. He's been hitting those pretty well.
Yeah, how good did he hit that? That's the 6 underneath the 9, right?
Say again?
That's the 6 underneath the 9, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is touchy. What I went, he has the angle to where he can put a good stroke on the 5, and right where his cue is lined up, he's trying to just float over and take a cut on the 6, but he could also just hit that side rail and come back down and play the 6 up table if he wanted to, but
I think I'd rather
do this.
Shoot the 6 in the corner, like what he's done here.
Yeah, that's a good option. Looking on the TV here on the screen, it obviously it looks much better. But as I looked down the pipe at the shot, it looked like there was so little room there for him to get where he got. But he got really, really nice, and he got perfect here too. That's a nice little shot.
Shot that nice. Just draw it an inch or two. And Simon's going to tie this up one apiece.
One apiece, all right. So if he keeps him. I was sweating the match, his last match with Eddie Simons, and he was breaking and running. He was breaking the balls really well.
Oh yeah, he was.
Didn't he start the set with a 3-pack or something like that?
He did, yeah. After the first rack, there was a little. He ran about 3/4 of a rack, and then broke and ran 3 racks. And then on the next rack, he made balls on the break, but didn't have a shot. and he didn't have a shot, but he jumped the ball in, and then didn't have a shot next, and jumped and almost made it.
Oh yeah, I watched that. The shot where he tried to jump in at the side, and it went. Yeah, I remember that.
So he was trying to continue his run. All right, so he has a shot in this one. I think that's the 2 in the upper right corner up there.
Yeah, but and if he can fall on it, I mean the 2 is, I think that's the 2-8. Be a 2-8 combination he'd be playing. He might play for the. He's going to get a little bit of a roll here. Here comes the jump cue, though. This, the jump cue is there. The jump is there, and the one's hanging. The problem is, how do you land? How are you going to land? I mean, I think ultimately Sean at this point is hoping to pocket the 1, and at best he comes away with a bank on the deuce. As long as he has a look at the 2 ball to do something, but I favor him to pocket the ball.
Yeah, he should make this. See, no, we wouldn't jinx him.
Yeah, I'll put the commentator jinx on him. Simon might go after this 9-ball billiard shot because of the deuce.
Because that 2 ball's tied up.
Yeah, I mean, the combination is there, but it's like with the distance he has now, he has to fall really nicely on it.
You gotta have like ball in hand on it to make it.
Yeah.
Or beat Real Strickland.
I can't believe he really went after it like that, but now Sean actually here can use a little inside, and it looks like he could go right toward the deuce 8 with the cue ball. And if he happens to miss the 1, it sort of plays safe. Is that the 6 ball that we're talking about? Oh, is that the 2 ball in the middle of the table, and the 6 is up there by the 8? Okay, I think that the chat's keeping us in line. The 2 ball's on the spot. No wonder they're shooting at the 1 so openly. Yeah. Oh, that's probably my fault. I think I led you astray. It's a good hit. Oh, he's going to be playing the deuce 9 combination. Thanks for the help there in the chat. I'm glad. Sean and I had to talk about, specifically about these types of situations. When you're shooting at combinations, and
right.
I mentioned it earlier. I think it was when Kim and I were doing some commentary. And when you have a combination like the one that Sean just shot, some players will be mindful of where they're going to leave the cue ball off of the shot, or maybe it was you and I talking about it.
Yeah, I said I can't concentrate on that many things at once.
That's right. Well, Sean and I talked about it a couple of days ago, and he's a strong believer, as well as I am. Especially playing like 9-ball and stuff, that you got to just concentrate on one thing at a time. There, you either go all out for the 9-ball, or you play the safe, unless it's just automatic. It's going to do it for you.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. It's just making the combination is so tough as it is. You have to be trying to concentrate on those other things too.
See, I think Simon made a mistake by not freezing Sean up there on that ball. I think that Simon's going to come to the table having the worst of it here. Sean hits this well. I don't think he's trying to just stick. I think he's trying to brush off of the deuce and head back up toward the 7-5.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Oh, and but see, in doing that, he missed the ball. He was trying to make sure that he hit that right side of that 2 ball, and that caused him to miss it.
So Simon has ball in hand here. That's the 2 ball. He's going to come up for the 4, then the 5 next is then the 6-8.
Yeah, and if the 6-8 is a shot that you need, like you were saying, it's like something you want ball in hand for. If I had ball in hand right now, given that the 4 is way up table, I'd be figuring out a way to play into the 8 ball, coming out 2 rails, playing into the 8 to move it with automatic position on the 4.
Well, with this angle, he's
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, see, and he may have maybe he just really likes the combo that much. But with ball in hand, he literally, he could have done that, taken ball in hand and gone 2 rails. But he played the shot that way to go into that 6 and open it up. Result, he opens it up for Sean. But I like the ball in hand on the 2 and coming 1, 2 this way. I say that like everybody in the chat room can see me drawing with my finger on the screen.
It's okay. Next tournament, I'm going to have my telestrator working.
It's broken?
It's custom software that I've written, and I wasn't able to get it finished quite in time for this tournament, but I should have it done by next tournament.
Man, that's cool. You'll have a telestrator. I'll follow you around.
Can I draw? I'm going to draw pictures.
Yeah. Wow, man, that's cool. Wow, that was a good shot.
Yeah, he's stroked that nicely.
Oh, he's hitting this one with his left, Duke.
And he didn't really stroke that very nicely.
Yeah, he looked like he decelerated a little bit. I think he's gonna, if he's not upside down on this angle, I think he's gonna play the bank. He's playing the bank with position. I like banking and sending my cue ball down table 1 rail underneath the 9. Okay, yeah. So it's too steep to really bank with control of the cue ball. So I think he's going all out for. Well, I don't know.
It looks like he's just banking the 8 to the center of the end rail. He's banking, he's cutting it thin.
Yeah, it's a good shot. He needs to slow down a little bit. That's good control on the object ball there. Right. He was trying to. Obviously, if the cue ball rolls less a foot, then he's really happy. But I see Simon probably just playing the bank shot here. I've been seeing him bank these straight back pretty well, but I'm kind of wanting him to bank. If I play that safe and I'm Sean, I don't know. I guess.
I think Simon's gonna. I think he's gonna shoot at this bank.
Yeah. Oh, he banked it to the right. He hit it pretty well too. Yeah. Yeah, he's been doing that all tournament. Going after those bank shots. So.
Well, he hit that one nicely.
Yeah.
All right, 2-1 for Simon. So it isn't really that Sean's really doing anything wrong. He just doesn't have, he hasn't really had any really good opportunities to really get started with here.
Yeah,
he's had tough shots. And
right. That rack there, he gave that one away because he instead of getting a crutch or taking a little bit more time shooting left-handed, he just kind of, he came up short on the position, underhit the 7 ball a little bit. He had a chance right there to go up. But
yeah, that's true. He could have hit that 7 a little better.
Yeah, I've watched Sean play enough to know though. His left hand, his left hand is solid enough that that he pockets those shots with his left hand, confidently and does it well. So I don't fault him for shooting it left-handed at all. I just think that it looked like maybe he didn't take the necessary time and settle into it.
So meanwhile, this is a pretty nice layout for Simon here. If he can just shoot and stick here, or just drift over to the right just a couple inches, he can shoot this 5 in the corner, draw back up for a 6 in that upper right corner.
Yeah.
Or in the upper left. I think the 6 goes by the 8.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I can see down there. It goes pretty clean. He just needs. He's kind of in a little funny spot. He's got to. This is one of those shots where where Simon in particular has been rattling these up because he wants to draw above, past the side pocket here, and he has that angle where if he short arms it, he could scratch. Right? He hit that one well.
Yeah, he's in good shape now.
Mm-hmm.
It looked weird on the hang in the monitor. It looked like he was going to miss that.
Yeah, it's rubbed. It rubbed. I mean, I think he even hesitated a second and double took.
Mm-hmm. Did a double take?
Yeah. Look outside. Leaving himself on the rail quite a bit too, position-wise. Stroke there.
Yep. So Simon up 3-1. Excuse me for 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Simon's been hitting that break really nice. So it looks like this is the 2 ball. Okay, I think that's the 2 ball on the bottom rail there. You might be playing to cut that in. Can't tell. No, let's see. Pretty good speed. Catch the left edge of this deuce and go right toward that 3 ball. I hit it pretty fat. I'm thinking maybe he wanted to hit a little thinner than that. Not sure I really agree with that statement about these 2 guys being slow players. Honestly, Simon might have one of the fastest paces in the tournament this weekend, especially when he gets rolling and it's breaking well. And I know Sean's not particularly slow, but they're playing in the finals and they're both trying to employ their best performances, their best games, and stuff like that. So it makes sense they might take a little bit of extra time here and there, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that they're playing slow.
Just about to make the joint chart with the names. So take the name, but not over here. Can you do that? You're right. Take a picture of it. Just want to take it over there. Thank you. All right, I am back. Is that the right score?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, 3-1. Okay.
Didn't really have a shot, so they're.
Alrighty. So that looks like
They're jockeying here, trying to win the shot. Just been a couple of shots back and forth.
So he's got the 2 ball out there. Looks like he's I think he's jumping this. This is a big jump shot. And he hit the 9. Sean has ball in hand. The 2 is ball in hand on the 2. The 4 ball's right there. Next is the 5.
Do we have any camera angles of the railbirds? I'm not sure.
Not at this time. No, we don't. The camera I had for that's been disconnected right now.
Yeah. They want to see the railbirds for anyway. This going on, huh? Gotta slow down here a little bit on the shot.
Don't get on the rail.
Yeah, let's see.
Can he follow past this for the 6 on the right side? Or is he going to bump
I think
that
he's.
6?
Looks like he's. If he goes forward, he's brushing the 6, which would be okay if he plays the speed right. Then he'll just be playing the 6 in the same corner. But I'm not sure. Yeah, well, okay, so he brushed it, but he's playing the 6 in the other corner. That's okay.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
Now, what do you like here? Do you draw to the side rail and out, or do you go to the bottom rail and 2 rails and out, or what preference is yours here?
It's hard to tell the exact angle. Actually, I'm looking at the table instead.
He's pretty steep. If you look to the right, you can see he's kind of steep. But he can, I mean,
if he had less angle, I'd draw it. But for here, I probably just follow the end rail.
Yeah, well, he's playing the 7 on the side. It's actually pretty smart. He rolled a little further than he wanted. Looked like he might have actually overcut the 6 ball a little bit and played the top side of the pocket, because he definitely came a little bit higher than he wanted to. Now he has to sort of manipulate the cue ball off of this shot, hit it a little bit more firm with some inside, but he hit it well. That's a good shot. Those are tough, especially when the pressure's on.
And actually, he just kind of cinched that. He didn't put any inside on it. He was just content to take the longer shot.
Yeah.
And here, all you do is just roll it in. You don't have to. You don't have to draw to the side rail or anything. Just roll it in.
I agree with you. Sean probably wants to do that. He wants to stroke that ball.
Which he did. I mean, hit it nice.
Yeah, I should probably stroke those more often. Actually, I mean, and I'm starting to do that more often these days. It's a mentality, like with one pocket. You don't want to get things close if you don't make them. It's getting out of that mentality of rolling balls when you start playing games like this, and being consistent with the speed that you're hitting shots is so important.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe I should start stroking them more too then.
Well, you already play good.
I want to play better.
If you want to. right? You just got to commit and decide if you really want to put in the time, right?
Right. Alright, he was going with the cut break again that time.
Yeah.
He's made a ball.
He made a ball, but the deuce is tough. I mean,
at least he has a shot on the 1. That's the 2 ball right next to the cue ball, right?
Right. Yeah. So I like if you can, I like just putting a good stroke, pocketing the 1 ball, knowing that I'm playing safe off of the 2. Unless you can do something like that. Jeez, what a shot!
How do you like that stroke? I think he.
I mean, it's still tough, but I mean that was one heck of a shot.
I think he got robbed there.
The safety's automatic. Looks like he's going to cut at the ball. I think he wants to play the 3-9 combination. No, maybe he might be going in. I don't know. See, this is another one of those situations where he wants to be offensive, but the safety is so easy here to stick right there and hide behind the 3-9-6. I think that is. But what do you do here? Do you go after the shot?
Well, I'm right-handed. I'm not left-handed, so I probably can't even reach this shot. So I'll probably just bank the 2 ball out of there.
Yeah. True double elimination run. First set, this is the first set, and they'll go to 9. If Simon wins the first set, the second set will be a race to 7. No problem. You're welcome. He is right-handed, but Sean's pretty good. He's pretty good with his left.
Just got there.
Yeah, he just got there. Whereas, I mean, I try to practice with my left, but I'm trying to get the right Duke figured out before I move to the left. But Sean, you know,
one at a time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying if you're the shot that Sean just shot, if you are right-handed and actually have a good left hand, no problem. But then having to use the crutch on that shot, though, where you're bridging and using the crutch over the balls would have made it a lot tougher.
Yeah, I would have shot that left-handed. And I practice left-handed occasionally. I'm okay left-handed.
Right.
It could be better, but I'm confident enough I could have hit that shot that he just did with my left hand.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's... I honestly would say that my left hand, I would have tried to figure out a way to come out of that, but it wouldn't have been with my left hand.
So you think he's going to play for this 3-9, or is he going to roll forward and go for the run out here?
No, he's running out.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy run out. The 5 and 6 are close together.
Exactly.
Just come up to the forward and...
Oh, so that's the 4 next to the 6. So it is a...
Oh, yeah, that is the 4. Yeah, the 5 is up table. I keep on getting these backwards.
Yeah, the 4 and 6 are so close. Uh-oh. Better run. Well, he's still okay. He's thin enough to where he can still play 2 rails and miss the 8 ball because he's that thin. So he's still going to go after the shot. You just have to... Yeah.
Nice shot. Is he going to...
He's not going to like it here, I don't think.
No, that's not going to work.
I think he's still going to be able to see the edge of the 6, though, to play some kind of a safe.
Yeah, you can see the edge of the 6, but he wanted more than the edge. I mean... I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. He's got to run. Got to run. No, doesn't look like he got there. Tell you what, it looks like. See, it looks like Sean's been playing more in this set with his left hand than his right, and he's a right-hander. He'll probably just punch this in and come straight down one rail toward the 9. It looks like he's following 2 rails and out. Well, he looked like he kind of rubbed the point there. I'm not sure if I would have played it like that, but I'm not sure that I wouldn't either.
Well, he was feeling confident in that shot.
Yeah.
All right, so Simon 4-2.
Sards Eddie Mataya got 3rd place.
All right, so as usual, he's hit this with the sledgehammer.
Good break. Straight in on the deuce, connecting straight in on the 3s.
Stop. You can follow down for that 4 in the upper left.
Yeah, this is...
He just has to make sure he has the correct angle on the 3 here to follow down.
Yeah, I mean, this is like roadmap central, yeah. Because the 7 and the 8 being on the same end of the table, too. That's,
yeah.
The key shot maybe is... this is kind of the key shot right here.
This is, he wants to come down far enough that the cue ball's not going to go into the 8, so you don't see it.
Right.
And he didn't really get where he needed to be here.
Teresa Biggie. Right. I don't know if does Simon use a sledgehammer break cue?
I think it's a Stanley break cue.
Yeah, it has red lettering on it. Black with the red lettering. Not sure. I'm gonna go ask him right now.
Yeah.
Excuse me, you would hold on for a second. Ooh, boy. Maybe he thought I was asking him. Wow.
He's over there wondering why the hell is someone asking what kind of break cue I have while I'm down in this 5 ball.
Whoever it is in the chat that was wondering what kind of break cue I'm using, you know.
That question could have waited till later.
Right now.
So is that 7? 7's not frozen to rail, is it?
I don't know. Doesn't look like. Well, he's using left English, so I don't think so.
And he's leaving up short. They kept. I thought it was going to stop on a foot before that.
Yeah, he's going to shoot over to where he's cueing from. And he hit that perfect. Nice shot. I still think Sean's been, even though he's struggling a little bit in this match, I still think that his ball pocketing speed and his position has been best. I mean, testament to where he's at. He's in the finals, won the point. He's been, he's figured things out as far as speed and the speed, the speed that's going to be the most conducive to pocketing balls cleanly and getting position effectively. So I really like the way that he hit that 8 ball.
Yeah, he's by no means out of this set, and he's neck and neck here with Simon. And if Sean just gets a couple good opportunities, he can take the lead at any moment here.
Right. Back to
the hitting it full.
Yeah.
He's got a good result. He's straight in on the 2, well, almost straight on the 2.
Been watching Simon crush him from that very same spot, hitting him head on. He's like,
I want to get me some of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you get from the 2? How do you get from the 2 to the 3 on this shot? I don't know. How do you get there?
I think you roll forward. Well, let me see if you're looking at. Well.
Especially where the 4 is next.
The problem,
also.
It looks like. The problem here is he has to miss the 9 ball to go down and back up.
He's looking at shooting this below center, but with right English to come down and then spin right.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, I mean, you're playing as crazy as it sounds, the amount of room between hitting the 9 ball and going in the corner pocket is so small. The margin, the variance there is so small for him to.
I was saying he was below center, like trying to come down between the 9 and 7.
I see what you're saying.
With right English spinning
okay.
over to that left rail.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That was a nice shot. Too bad it's maybe bumped at 3.
It's Kevin Ross and Jeff Leonard's, Teresa. The buy-in was $65. Well, it was $50 and $15, and I don't know what the payouts exactly are. Have they been posted somewhere on Kevin's?
I just put up a slide that had that info on it, and I'll put it up again. I'll put it up again after this game.
It's good speed. It's a good shot. Yes, I will definitely message you about the break cue. Winner Dubois. Winner definitely does get 1,400. I'm looking at it now. It looks like is it all right to read that off?
Sure, go ahead.
1,400 for first, 825 for second, 575 for third, who was Eddie Mattia. Dan Louis taking fourth for he earned 325. Fifth, sixth was 200 apiece. Tommy Aiken and Dom Cardosa. Seventh, eighth was 150. Aaron White, Carlos Cadena. 9th through 12th was 100 apiece. Marlon Oliveros, Stan Tarango, Al Perez, Bob Zach, and then 13th through 16th, $75. Miguel Morfin Jr., Sardancillo, Todd Marsh, Roger Goodman, and then High Woman was Cindy Sleva, and she earned $75. This pool hall is in Lynnwood, Washington, 196th and I don't know the exact address, but it's been many different names over the many years. Gosh, I remember a long time ago it was the Breaking Point, but
before that it was
Z,
Mr. Z's, and then the Breaking Point, and then right. Uncle Jack's, and now Paradise Billiards.
Yeah. Looks like you got dead straight on this ball. I think you could play it in the side, but I think, well, the 5 connects to the 6, so if you play it looks like a stop shot. This is all stop shots. Stop shot, right? Stop shot there to play a stop shot on the 6. It does look like a... Oh, is it locked?
Yeah, these are the kinds of layouts that I like.
Right. These are my favorite. Yep.
Shoot, stop, shoot, stop, shoot, stop,
Right?
shoot, stop, shoot, stop.
Yeah.
Don't have to
Taking
think
nothing
about
away
it.
from Sean, though. I mean, you have to be, in tune to your game. I mean, you got to see those types of outs. He looked forward and said, "Wow, all I have to do is, the difference could be as much as him actually taking the ball in hand or falling on top. One ball's width different on that first shot on the 4 ball.
Right.
So, and that was solid. That tied it up, right? Yeah.
Yep, we're tied up 4 games apiece. And Sean's break.
See if he, looks like he's going to go back to that same break. I like how he hit those. That time I heard that wing ball, make that smock sound, hit the back of the pocket.
Right.
I can't see. It looks like he might have a look at the 1, but I don't know if 4-4. Yeah, it looks like he can. I think he can cut this in. I don't know. I'm trying to see from. Oh, he's looking at the billiard, the 2-9 billiard. If he happens to be able to make the 1, if he can, if he lands.
So he may be trying to curb this with some left spin here.
Oh, I see what he was doing. He must not have been able, obviously, be able to see that. And it looks like Simon's going to be able to see this 1 ball. So there's a couple different ways here to play this. Kevin, what do you like playing the cue ball down table or the 1 ball down table? I mean, there's a lot of ways to play safe. There's, you can go offense, but I mean,
myself, I would try to get the cue ball down here.
Down here.
Try to get the cue ball down here behind this 5-4-9, or 5, whatever that is, while trying to get the 1 ball up.
Yeah, you hit that nicely. That was a heck of a shot there. Good speed.
Nice shot.
If you can see past that 9 ball to the side rail, you should be able to. This is tough, I mean, it's you want to get a hit on the ball because you don't want to give up ball in hand. But there's so many good things can happen too with a layout like this, just by getting a good hit with the 3 and the 7 and what is that, the 4 ball up there. I mean. For blockers, if you thin it on the right side, you can send the cue ball down table. I mean, there's a lot of congestion on this layout. Yeah, you get good.
A nice hit.
Right. I mean, but there, so he gave up a shot, but he didn't give up ball in hand, and now Simon's forced to have to actually do something. Sean's probably hot, a little bit disappointed because specifically, not that, at this level, Simon and Sean both know if they give up something like this, their odds are decreased in such a big way. But the fact that the 2-9 is sitting there like that for the billiard, I don't know. It could be,
I don't know if that billiard is on. I can't tell.
Oh,
that sounded like a miscue.
Yeah, I heard something. I didn't know if it was Simon's cue or if it was somebody else.
It somebody else's, but
this is Sean's got a really, really good lock-up safety here. Just bank this 1 straight down table with inside on the cue ball and just hold right there. I think. I can't see yet. The 3-7 is up there still. You can hide behind him. I'm not sure. I should go tell him to move out of the way.
All right, so he'll probably.
All right.
I think he can just make the one other and put the cue ball behind his balls. That's what I think he's going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the best shot. See you.
Yep. See you, Dan.
See you, Danny. Good tournament. What? Oh, we were signing autographs there for a second. I don't know what he did. How did the one end up coming out like that? Okay. Well, looks like he's might be going all out here to make this ball. Yeah. Well, that's right.
Was he trying to 3-rail the one around the table and put the cue ball behind those balls?
I really can't tell. I honestly think that he was trying, that he really wanted to. I don't know. The way the cue ball came off, you might be right, but.
Now Sean has an opportunity here. He can shoot this one on the side, come down for the 2.
Yeah, I mean, he does have. I think he's trying to decide. Yeah, I mean, he can roll this down, or he can draw to that side rail and back out. And I think, Sean's always he prefers to stroke the ball. So.
Yeah, so he'll probably be drawing this to the side rail then.
Yeah, I think so. He feels like he's being in more control, of the outcome there. Plus, it built, it's a confidence thing, when you start stroking the ball like that and start rolling things in. He's feeling good. That was a good little shot. Yeah,
Yeah, he'll just.
That's loud. Right, so he can play this billiard and still have action on the 3. My only,
do you think he should play the billiard?
No, see, that's the thing. My only thing is
you don't want the 9 to kind of interfere with the 4 ball.
Right, exactly. I mean, maybe he's just trying. Maybe he knows he needs to create separation from the 9, a little bit. That's what he was doing. He just knew that he was touching the 9, and like you said, he was making sure he wasn't going to tie that.
Yeah, he was just measuring, seeing where it was going to go.
Right. Yeah. See, you smart players, you figure that stuff out right away. I'm all thinking about playing the billiard.
It's not like you're trying to butter me up for some weight or something.
No. Well, you got a funky roll there. It looked like the cue ball drifted a little bit to the left, but that's okay.
He still has a shot on this floor. He's straight in on it. He'll probably draw back for this. I don't think he's going to roll forward. He's going to draw back.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to draw back to straight.
Oh, he hit that nice.
He doesn't want to draw back to straight in. He wants angle on the 5 to come back across for the 6. I think either think he's going to come across for the 6 in that upper corner, or is he going to bring it all the way back for the side?
No, I think he plays the 6 in the left corner and just plays middle of the table right here because the 7, because that connects him to the 7 in the side pocket easier. Even if he falls a little bit short, he's always got the 7. Yeah, he hit it a little bit firmer than I would have. I would have rather stayed more to the left and played the 6 to where at most.
I think he just wanted to make sure he didn't underhit it and get stuck behind the 7 or something.
Right. That's a good shot, and he's playing good.
Yeah,
you can see he has a lot of confidence in his stroke.
Yeah, he's hitting him in the center of the hole. He's hitting him good.
Yeah. Good out. That's a good out.
For the first time this set, Sean has the lead.
Nice. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me once again if I sound biased. Sean's my good buddy, so I'm rooting.
Well, pool's a small world. Everybody knows everybody, so of course everybody's going to be biased one way or another.
True. Well, I'm sort of from a a spectator's standpoint on the stream, people at home watching from different parts of the country, maybe, you know how it is, like when you're watching,
Right.
turn on ESPN and you're watching like a boxing match, and the commentators are clearly for one fighter, and they're
and we are exactly like ESPN.
right. Yeah.
Indistinguishable.
And it's not like you hit those ones as hard. You still got a look at the one. So you could probably see better than I can if the 2 passes the 3 over here in the right pocket.
It looks like it has room to go.
Looks like he's cutting the 1 over here to the left, though. Maybe. Yeah.
Does that 2 go by the 4 to the bottom left pocket?
Oh, he's just playing good.
Look at that. Yeah. How's he hitting them? That was a nice shot. Perfect speed.
Yep.
2, 3, 4.
Is that the 4? That's the 4 below the 9.
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah, that's that pink. That's the 4.
In fact, he might be playing to give himself an angle now to draw between the 8 and the 9, or follow to the bottom rail. But I think he likes the draw.
If there's anything I've learned about watching Sean play, it's that he likes draw position.
Yeah, that's a good shot. He's low. He went a little bit low. See, that's right there, where like Sean and myself differ a little bit in that little pattern that he played. I would have tried to leave myself the angle to play that 3 ball so that I follow underneath the 4 and up, so that once I reach the parallel angle with that 4 ball, if I go beyond that, then I have a good angle.
Yeah, that's.
But he's playing good, and he's been recovering from situations like this too. So, but this is tough. He knows he's going to be going into the 9 ball, and he's trying to figure out, how that's going to affect his position. Ultimately, he'd like to be able to just stick right there. He doesn't want the cue ball to move very far.
Right.
Any chance that it can move far opens up the chances of scratches and things like that. He also doesn't want the 9 tying anything else up. If the 5 goes up, I might play the 4 up there on the side instead of, is it because that? Oh wow! Oh, you better. That was interesting, little transition.
Well, he has a shot on the 5 on the side.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to do anything really with his cue ball. Well, maybe he does have a little bit. He might be. He banked. Well, okay. Well, Sean.
See, I told you had a shot on the 5
Well, how
on the
silly
side.
am I? What?
Were you thinking the other side? Yeah, when I saw him winding up like that,
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he threw that right out of there.
Yeah.
That's a shot he'd like to have back.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to shake that one off. You can see it in his body language. He's not too happy. He's playing so good right now. I'd be ashamed to see him, not recover from that. He's got plenty of time, but Sean always wants to perform, right? I think
Absolutely.
he's playing so good. That was one of those prime examples of he's playing so good, and he's in such a flow and a rhythm that sometimes. Oh, look at this!
The ball's gonna have to get some speed.
Look at that! Wow. I don't know if he got there. I don't think he did. Wow.
No.
I think at best he's cross banking the 8. Yeah, there's the guys in the chat. 8 ball. the other side of the building, there's two sides to this venue. The other side is sort of like a nightclub atmosphere and stuff. So we're picking up some of that stuff. Yeah, looks like he's cross-banking this 8. If he can, no, he's going to get safe, it looks like, but Sean's going to be able to see an edge, right? Which
I don't know that he can see an edge.
Yeah, I don't know either, actually.
And I can't tell if it's how close it is to the rail, if he can get behind it.
The kick and stick, I don't know either. I mean, gosh, what do you like to do here? I mean, I think you have to try and kick and if he can get deep enough, I mean, it's like really the shot.
It looks like he's loading us up with some right English.
Yeah, and in fact, I think he's going to end up good. Oh no, he just did it this way. See, I didn't know. Well, see, now I didn't know he could get as deep as he did. If I would have known that he could do what he did just right there, then for sure he should have given it a little bit more stroke on that ball and created that separation. But I don't know. It might have been a time for maybe Sean to take that break. I think that he hasn't recovered completely from missing that from that other ball. Of course, it doesn't help either. It's kind of brutal when you give up. You give that rack away, and then the guy misses position, and you come back to the table hooked, and it's kind of like twisting the dagger,
Well, Simon ties it up 5 apiece.
Got ourselves a rumble.
This set is not going to be over quickly, unlike that Simon and Eddie Mataya set.
Yeah, Simon was just, man, he opened up that set so fast and just jumped. So I mean, it's not so much that he went ahead 3-0. It was that he jumped on Eddie and put a 3-pack and then just continued to
just keep his
maintain control. Yeah, just kept him down. This is a different story. I mean, it's kind of, isn't it interesting from match to match? Like Simon was so strong, and then he starts this strong, completely weak. Remember in the beginning, he was missing those balls and rattling things up.
Right.
And completely different. A different Simon showed up at the beginning of this match. And we're talking a performance, 2 different matches that are no more than 10 minutes apart.
Oh yeah, change on a heartbeat.
So where do you roll out to here, Kevin?
Oh sure, why do you always give me the tough questions?
Because I'm trying to learn. I would think
probably somewhere up near that upper left corner, and there's someone that tried to take a swing at this.
I like rolling out to a kick shot that I feel very comfortable coming away with being able to create the separation. So, for instance, rolling my cue ball into, I think that's the 5 up there by the 8, or is that the 4? It looks like the 4. Rolling my cue ball maybe up into the 4 ball so that I'm hooked behind the 3, but I can hit the 2-rail kick, and that's kind of what he's done. But I think he actually gave up the cut. Right?
Looks like it.
I don't know if that's what he was doing, but that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, it's tough to roll out on these against these top players and not leave. I feel like a lot of times the person who's rolling out has the worst of it, because if you roll out really bad, you're not getting another chance, and if they give it back to you, you probably have the worst of it anyway.
Well, yeah. Well, anytime you give someone an option, you're going to get the worst of it.
Right.
Especially when the person making the choice on that option, is such a good player.
Right.
How could you get the best of it?
Right. Yeah. So it's that's why I like rolling out to things like that. I'm gonna try and tie something up, or roll out to a kick. But I'm not giving someone, I'm not trying not to roll out to a spot where I'm just gonna let somebody come up and do some simple one rail safety or thin off the ball or so. And ran a little long here. Yeah, he's playing this safe. Speed's still a little bit off, but he's got, Now this shot, there's a couple different ways you can play this one. See, I like on this shot, well, I don't know, it depends, but you can thin the left side of that 4 ball or whatever, 2 ball, and go down underneath. That's what he was looking, coming down underneath the 5-7. But
that's tough because if you don't get there, then you leave him straight in that corner pocket.
Right. Plus, you're also flirting with scratching in that corner pocket because you have to hit that window between the 3 and the 9, and it's sending you right in that direction. I like just crossing the 2 straight down here, like straight back down here, right by the 9 of the bottom rail, and with some inside.
You got a couple blockers. The 3 or the 9 could block.
Mm-hmm. And you can just use depending on how close that 2 is to the rail, a lot of times you have to hit a little bit thinner because you want to avoid a double kiss. Yeah,
so you're just trying to get behind the 4.
Right, and there again, that's what I was talking about earlier. Anytime I have a situation like that, it would have been so much more effective for Simon to create distance at least with that. Instead, he tried to thin the needle there and get into a perfect spot where even coming away from it, if he does, then now Sean can do many, many things here. Yeah.
Well, that's opened up really nicely for Sean now.
Yeah. Yeah, the 4 is up table. We're up there.
Yeah, the 4 is the one that's up table, so
right.
Probably have to elevate a little bit here and go to the end rail and back.
He's got to get up off that rail.
Speed, came up short again.
It'll be okay. It should be okay. I think. I can't tell from the monitor. It looks like he can cut that in and go. Well, it looks like he can cut it in and go 1 rail and then under the 9, but then he's going right toward that 5 ball. If he's cutting at the ball, unless he wants to cut it in with a bunch of inside and just go 1 rail towards it. But I don't know.
Yeah, he's drawing this. He's going to try to come
under the 9.
This side of the 5.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he can play down below it. Oh, he hit it good. Oh, he didn't make it.
But didn't get there. It was a really thin cut.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's too bad because this is laying out. He opened it up nicely for Simon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, it was just a tough spot. Looking at the bright side of things, you have to try to. If you on a little bit faster table, he pockets the ball, or if he hit the cut, the pocket, he was going to be making that ball. But tough spot, This game is crazy; it can really mess with you. We're talking fractions upon fractions of inches can change the outcome like immediately.
Yeah, it's like that's one of those situations again where I was talking about earlier. I'd rather go too far than not far enough, and that's definitely the spot where you want to go too far and not far enough.
Right.
You can overhit that by 3 feet and still have a easy makeable shot for the 4 and still be able to come up for the 5. But
that's a very good point.
But if you underhit that by just a few inches, you're screwed.
Right. Yeah, that's a very good point. We forget. It's crazy the things that we forget to sort of give our attention to. But that's one of those important things right there. It's like if he thought for just a moment, well, I'm jacked up on this shot, I just got to make sure that I at least clear this, this distance.
Thank you. Well, Simon's overcut this one ball. Hasn't left much for Sean.
Well, yeah, I like hitting the right edge of the one, hitting it into that 4 or 5, and then coming 2 rails to the left side rail and under the deuce. Okay, well he went to the same spot, but he went just straight 2 rails under the deuce. The shot that I play, I'm hitting the one ball thinner, or I don't know if it's thinner or not, but coming deep 2 rails into that top corner. And then
Right.
So it's Simon. Is he jump?
No, it looks like he's going to the side rail.
He might be playing that one off of that ball. He was while it was going too. It just didn't have enough gas after contact.
And he's left Sean a nice shot here.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, we got 6, 2. So it looks like 3, 7.
That's the 2 down by the 9, right? And
that's so it looks like it's getting from the 2 to the well, no, he gets by the 6 ball here. Yeah, I think he's pretty good. I mean, the choice you have to make here is, do you want to play the 3 down the corner or in the side? And I think, given where he landed here, he's supposed to just. I think you just. Well, it's hard to say. If you want to just.
Myself, I go for the corner here. I would shoot just a little bit of inside English to come up for the corner.
Yeah, I don't. It looks like he's doing that, but you can also. Yeah, I think that's what you're supposed to do too. It simplifies it. Yeah, and see, that's the part that I don't like doing, especially when the heat's on, is having to use a little bit of inside English and hold that angle like you just did. I mean, that's a lot tougher than it looks.
It is tough, but so is trying to come around these other balls for a shot on the 3 in the side.
Oh boy, yeah. Is the score right? Somebody's saying it's 6-5. Is Simon up 6-5? That's what the chat says.
They are correct.
Okay, all right. Sorry about that, folks.
I'm asleep at the wheel here.
Yeah, I did, 8 ball. That's been that's sort of been a common thing that's been happening on these tables all weekend. If you have to pace a ball in down the rail into a corner pocket, if you hit any of that side rail going in, chances are the facings of those pockets are going to spit it out. And that right there is exactly, that's an example of it. I want to say, I don't know about this. He's kind of funny.
Does
here.
that 6 go by the 7?
No,
I don't think it does.
I don't think so. I think he was trying to play it in the side, and maybe I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't like the direction that he chose there, but
actually, I think he was playing position base bottom left corner and just
missed it
and went too far.
Oh, he's going to get another roll there, huh? Well, Sean does have an edge of this one, but still, kind of brutal. But anyway, that's who knows what's going on in the minds of these guys. I've known Sean a long time. I would hope that he's recovered by now from missing that ball a couple of games ago, but sometimes it's tough to recover. But I mean, the Sean of 25, 30 minutes ago wouldn't have spit that 3 ball out of that corner pocket, because he's had the speed down and he's been hitting stuff clean all weekend.
Right.
But also keeping in mind, these guys are tired. I mean, they've been grinding. It's been late hours. Look at this cue ball. How about that shot? That's a good shot.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
He's good. Wow. Are these pockets? I don't know if the pockets are shimmed. I know that they're not tight, but they just play tight because of the facings and whatever, you know.
The opening to the pockets they're not that small. You can fit 2 balls in there easily.
Yeah, is there one running there? Because
I don't have a tape measure. I haven't actually measured them, but they're more than 4.5 inches.
Right.
Probably 4 3/4.
Yeah, I said that earlier. I think they're probably around 4 3/4. But they are. I mean, but they play smaller than that.
Because they seem
speed.
They seem to be cut at an angle.
Yeah, they're opened up. The angle's opened up so that when the ball hits, it's like hitting a wall instead of having an angle to take the ball. You know. Yeah. So he's going to try and kick one rail, and I assume he's probably going to hit this pretty firm. I mean, I don't know, he's been so effective with that jump cue, but he's pretty close to this 7 ball. Chad Vilmont? Was Chad Vilmont in this tournament? I don't know that name.
That name does not sound familiar. I do not remember hearing that name at any time over the weekend.
Well, I think what he'd like to do, he's looking at the angle that the cue ball would come off of the 6 if he was kicking it, sending the 6 to the side rail over by the 8. You know, I mean that's kind of the way he was placing his cue. Well, I don't know what he's doing here. Can he?
No. Try to do the same thing right back at Sean again. Try to get that cue ball behind the 7.
I see what he's looking at. Okay. Oh, he hit that side.
Oh, he missed.
Oh, and he made the out so much easier putting the 9 there.
Yeah. This is the kind of layout we like to have with ball in hand, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know. So this is the shot to sweat, you know. It's
the 7 ball is the hardest shot.
Right. And this is the kind of shot that Sean needs to get out of his head and just move forward, you know. And he did. He's fine.
Whoa.
He's good. He's just, you know, he's being a little bit temperamental because,
well, yeah.
He just, you know, but no, he's good.
Oh, if he can't handle this, he shouldn't be in the tournament, right? I know.
Right? Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just know Sean. I know him so well, and I understand how he is and how he gets and stuff like that. He's fine. That's good. That's good.
All right, Sean ties it up, 6 apiece.
He's over there grinning right now.
The game is back and forth. Down to a race to 3 now.
Yeah. Sean's moving sides on his break. He was over there where Simon was.
He's moving around.
See, I like that speed. If he doesn't scratch, that's a good. See, that's the speed I was using on my breaks. And although I didn't go far in the tournament,
I took a lot of speed off.
Yeah, the matches that I played my best and was really effective, and the matches that I won, even my last match that I lost, I was breaking the ball really, really well, pocketing the wing ball, like 2 balls mostly, and with position, and hitting them about that speed, maybe popping the head ball a little bit. But that's, you know, I mean, with the magic rack and bigger pockets, you don't really have to hit the 9 ball rack that hard. You know?
No, you don't.
Magic rack.
Well, especially with the new set of balls that actually racks tightly together.
Yeah.
With the previous set, they couldn't get them to rack tight even with the magic rack, and nobody could make the ball hardly. Except Simon, he still made 3 balls on every break.
So he's just going to cross the 2 up to about the second or third diamond and go right over it like that.
Just keep it simple.
Right. That's a good shot. Good speed. And it looks like he's actually cut off the angle for Simon to do the one rail kick, creating separation.
Right.
Simon, I think, at least has to go 2 rails here.
Well, he could maybe, swerve it a little bit and still
you're right.
And still kick the 2-ball up table.
Sure. But there again, if you got a guy jacked up having to swerve his ball and you're forcing him to have to do something, then that's at least better
of course.
than
Absolutely.
He's choosing this way. I don't like that he can miss the ball. It looks like where he's aiming, he's not even going to hit it. It looks like he's going to go right by it. Yep.
Right you are.
Yeah, I mean, the way lining it up, it just looked like he wasn't going to hit that ball.
So Sean has ball in hand.
3 over there on the left. Is
That's
4 down here?
Yeah, and that's the 6 by the 9, right? And that's
the 8's up here in the upper
right
corner. And if the 5 passes the 8, I mean, it looks like it probably does, but it doesn't. He doesn't have to play position over there.
If
either.
it doesn't, he can play position for the other corner.
Hey. Yeah, this is good. So he's basically just going to maybe drop back 3 inches.
Right, for a shot at the...
Yeah, and that's perfect. And now he can do this both ways. I don't like checking within, and going to the underneath those toward the side pocket. I like coming out 2 rails. Like that. Oh, he's playing to the side pocket. That's smart.
So I guess it doesn't go on the side.
Yeah, that was smart. I like that.
And I think that was his plan the whole time. And, that was.
He answered our question as to whether the 5 did pass. That was good.
It looks like he does have angle to drift down. Oh, he tried. He was pretty straight.
He's going to get a roll here.
He was pretty straight, and he tried to widen the angle a little.
Yeah. Well, he really didn't get a roll. Okay. Even if Simon can't make the ball, Sean's coming back tucked in behind those balls.
Exactly.
But I think he can see the 5 to make it.
Looks to me like he can. Yep. Good speed.
Yeah, that's good. He's a guy like can't let Simon find his gear. I mean, he's treacherous. He's at one point, right? So.
Well, absolutely. I mean, like I was saying, last set, he ran 3 racks, and he's 2 racks away from winning this set, and he has the break.
Right. Well, I mean, and I don't know. Regardless of the outcome of that game, I like all of Sean's decisions. Even how he hit that 5. It's like when the heat's on, and it's 6-6, and you're trying to edge ahead. A lot of players have a tendency to try and cinch that ball, and just pocket it, and whatever. And Sean put a full stroke on that. He was playing to win, not. And it's something that we have actually talked about quite a bit. And
Right.
Make sure that when you get into these competitions, you play to win. Don't play to avoid losing, right? And I like his decision there. He fired at that 5 ball and it jarred out, but I still like the fact that he played aggressive to get down there and get out. And that's how a champion is, plays. So his decision making is good, and I like that. he played good position on to play the 5 on the side and got a little bit flat,
Well, I wasn't faulting him. I mean, he ended up, just a little bit straight on the 5. He had to try to widen that angle a little.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he would have just rolled it in, he wouldn't have had anything to shoot at.
Translation, Simon wins. Yeah. Yeah, look at it. He's totally running away with it, huh? From the offset, 6-7. Both of these guys have made some mistakes, even if you want to call it that. Everybody misses balls.
Oh, even Efren misses balls. He misses lots of balls.
Absolutely. That's a solid break. Yeah, he hit those nice. Is this the 2 down here though on the bottom rail, or yeah? So
yeah, looks like it is.
2. It looks like he can actually play the 2 ball, bank it straight back up there to the top right corner, and hold the cue ball right there with like position on the 3, possibly. He's got the safe. Was he looking at cutting this? Couldn't tell.
I think he was looking at putting the 2 over on the right rail and cue ball over on the left rail.
I don't know if he hit the speed good here. Yeah, he gave Sean a look.
Soft. So Sean could just thin off the right side of the 2 again and just
Or if
try
he can
to
see the whole ball, he can bank it to this side and go up behind that 4 or that 5 ball on the side rail. But I like your shot better here. It's much more simple to thin the right side of the 2.
Yeah, actually execute the shot that Simon tried to.
Yeah, exactly. Not sure what he's laboring over here. I mean, obviously they see a lot of stuff up there at the table that we don't. I'm sure that he really wants to make sure that whatever he does here, it's very effective. This is a very crucial.
Maybe he's considering banking the 2 ball into this corner. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, he might have been. I mean, he hit that pretty well. I think he might have given him a little look, but I can't. Yeah. I'm not sure he could have banked at that wall. It looked like he might have had, might not have been able to see the left side of the deuce enough. Looks like Sean might be able to see. I think you can see the deuce. I don't know if you play the. I don't know if you play the combination here or. This is a tough spot. It's like if you want to play safe, it's hard to play safe because you don't want to make the 8. But if so it's you have to really commit here, and it's hard to commit to the safe if you don't know whether or not that 8 will fall. By thinning, cutting the deuce into the 8 and coming back down table.
Yeah, well, that's a toughie.
I like if the 2.
And that's actually the 6 next to the 2.
Is it the 6?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he may. Oh.
Get out of there. Oof. Oh, look at this. Perfect.
Well, yeah, you got it now. Yeah, pool dummy. I was looking at. That's what I was about to wonder, is if the 2 was far enough away from the rail to kick and stick there. And then if he, the worst case scenario would have getting in a little bit too deep, and then, how the cue ball can get by it and scratch, possibly pocketing that 6 ball that was behind it. But in any case, moving on.
All right, he's landed nicely on this 3. He can come back out to the center of the table.
Right, yeah, and so here's, right, I would say this is the key shot. You got to,
Yeah, getting the right angle on the 4 to come up with the 5, I think.
Right. I like putting the, right. Well, I like that. I mean,
All right, this works too. Yeah, just draw straight back now.
Yeah, if he's dead straight, he must be if he's getting down already. So this is just one of those questions, Kevin. Do you go too far or too short? Is it better to go long or? And see, I mean, it's still negotiable, but it would have been better for him to make sure he got above that 5, right? No matter what. Even if he goes to the side rail, he's got better action really than here. For the run out, I mean, he's still got a safety here, but he wants to run out. So he's probably going to go after this.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to put this 5 on this rail behind the 9.
Okay. Well, I like that that's a good speed. He needs a little bit of a rotation, almost.
And he's left and out here.
Yeah. Yeah, fortunately for Simon here, all he has to do is concentrate on pocketing the 5 ball, and cue ball just goes up and down. I mean, if he goes up and falls short coming back, he shoots the 8 in the side. There's not a lot you can. It looks like he might be using some right English though. Yeah. Wow, he hit that well. Well, that was a good shot.
Ended up on about the 45-yard line.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he'll punch this and come down or just roll it. I mean,
it looks like if you just center follow roll it, is going to end up perfect on the 9.
Yeah,
which he
hit
did
that well too.
All right, Simon's on the hill for the first set.
That was a great shot on that 5 ball, or whatever it was, the cut there.
Yeah, I think that was the 5. That was a nice shot on the 8 too.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't hit him as hard that time.
Yeah, and the contact didn't sound as solid,
Right.
I mean, that's the first time on 2 sets where I've saw him at the break, and it was, really brought it back.
Well, he still made a ball though.
Right. I think being on the hill, he just wanted to make sure that he wasn't scratching. I don't know. But yes, Simon does need to win twice. The first set's a race to 9. If Simon happens to win here, the second set will be a race to 7.
So follow this down, maybe with some right English, maybe use the side rail for positioning the 2 in the bottom left.
Yeah.
He may have left himself more angle than he wanted on this too, I think.
Yeah, couple of ways. Here's another preference thing. I mean, everybody says that too, though, matter of preference. But no matter what you prefer, isn't there usually a higher percentage one way than the other? I mean, he could play this down and spin and play the, spin out. He could draw straight over. That's, playing like that, playing the 3 in the side. That was there I am drawing on the telestrator again, where everybody can't see.
All right, fine. I'll finish this off for next for next time.
So he just wants to draw straight back. But he doesn't want to leave himself dead straight. Oh, he jacked himself up. This is tough.
Well, he didn't leave himself dead straight.
No, he did. Definitely did not.
You told him not to. So
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff said hold himself dead straight. So
That's
okay.
right. Yeah, the commentator's jinx. Oh, man. The problem with this shot is that, I mean, now because he's tree-topped over this ball, he's got to pocket the ball, and then he's got to hit the 9 ball or try to avoid the 9. Man, he hit that good. Wow. That's a great shot. Those are such tough shots. He made it look so easy.
Yeah, he did. That was nice.
Man, that was very, very nice shot. Wow. That was a heck of a shot. Oh, this is the 6 down here.
Yeah.
He left himself straight.
I think he has a little bit of English. He can follow with some right English, which he did.
Wow. He's feeling good now, isn't he? He's seeing this set.
He's starting he smells blood.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, it's just a hint of angle, so I think he can draw back out to the middle for the 9 in the bottom of the corner.
Yeah, good shot. Oh, well done there, Simon.
Simon,
well done with that first set.
Simon wins the first set.
Yeah, I mean, they both played. I mean, Sean started out really strong. Simon was weak in the beginning, and I don't think, I'm not sure if Sean ever really recovered from that 4 ball or whatever it was that he missed in the middle of the set there. But, new set, shake it off, start it over.